Hello, my name is Rachel Vaughan. I just wanted to do a quick upload about the Adelaide event that happened on the 24th and 25th of May, so last weekend. I've been wanting to do this all week, but I've just had a really busy week, so I haven't had a chance. There have been such beautiful reels being shared by people who attended the event on Instagram and Facebook and elsewhere. Absolutely gorgeous. So, such a beautiful group of people. Really couldn't have asked for a better group of people. Georgina did an amazing job being the MC. Dale's presentation was spectacular, as was Georgina's. I was so nervous, but I pre-recorded my presentation. So I've actually got a pre-recorded version of the presentation that I gave on the Saturday at Serafino's Winery. I'm basically doing this video just to let people on YouTube know that they can go and watch it on BitChute and Rumble because I can't put it up on my YouTube channel. And I got struck off Insta for a few days for a post that all my other uh, socials are fine with, but Insta's weird. I haven't worked that one out yet. Um, so I wanted to share a little bit of what people have sent me. I didn't ask anybody to record or to photograph or anything on the day for me. And so luckily people have been sending things through, and I've got to thank Mel G for sending so much of this stuff through. So most of this I've got to credit Mel for. If you were at the event and you took photographs or footage of anything and you want to share it, you can find me at Rachel Vaughan at sixthscience.com. And that's my email address. That's a number sixth science. My website's www.sixthscience.com with a six. If you want to go there and use the enrollment form to contact me, if you can't work out my email address from what I just gave, then contact me there. It would be just awesome to get as many photos and footage of the Ley Line Walk as possible. I'm going to share a little bit of that now. What was just so overjoying was the fact that, and this is Mel in the foreground, she's just gorgeous. The weather was spectacular. So Dale and Georgina and I got together 2 weeks ago and we shared that on our channels. We just had a chat about the event coming up. And Georgina did ask, and I was using my divining rods. So divining rods for ley lines are an amazing tool, but they're also an amazing tool just for asking questions, a bit like dowsing, if you use a pendulum for dowsing. So Georgina asked me 2 weeks ago, what's the weather going to be like? And it was spectacular. It's perfect. Exactly what I visualized on the day that she asked me that question during that recording is exactly what we got. It wasn't too warm. It was really, really sunny and just beautiful. What was really funny is the weather forecast for Sunday, the 25th, was pretty dire. It was supposed to be really rainy. That all came the day after on the Monday. Thank God. It would have ruined it. And it was actually quite torrential and really, really windy. So there's no way we could have done the walk if the weather had been like that. So yeah, I think the earth was smiling on us to let us have a beautiful day. So this is me on my rock box, not my soapbox, just describing some of the protocols. If you go into a large area like this, that's national park, and you've got a large group like we had, you're supposed to ask for a permit. So I had to organise all of that, and part of that was just to let people know what the protocols are for going out into nature. So I was just explaining that, and then we set an intention and a bit of a prayer. So, when you go out and work in ley lines, it's a really intelligent thing to do to actually set, a protection prayer up so that, because you basically, when you walk through ley lines, you are interacting with interdimensional beings because it's an interdimensional space. Now, we live and work in these spaces all the time, but when you're fully conscious of going into those spaces, it makes sense, especially in really natural settings where all of the symbiotic factors are involved. And so these frequencies are really, really powerful. It's a really smart thing to do, is to set an intention beforehand. So that's what I was doing there on my rock box. This is an amazing photograph. So that's me setting the intention there. Dale took this photograph and the light play was really quite spectacular. So I've not seen a stream of light come through, an individual, ray of light like that before. It's just beautiful. This is the ley line that we walked through. It meanders a bit. So naturally ley lines do meander across natural paths, or they create natural paths because the plants and trees don't like to grow within the ley lines. In urban environments, as I explained in my presentation on the Saturday, they get forced into straight lines by Freemasons putting piezoelectric rock formatted buildings, monuments, those sorts of things in those spaces to force the ley lines to go into straight lines. In nature, they do meander around. So this is one aspect of this beautiful ley line that we followed, which was like a tunnel. And this is Mel's photo again. And she just happened to have captured a nature spirit that you can see in the dappled light on the ground. So nature spirits will show themselves within the ley lines, and 90% of the time, if not more so, they stare into the ley line, which goes against chance. That's 9 out of 10 times or more that they stare into the ley line. So this is not a nebulous stimulus as pareidolia under psychiatry is described. So apparently these humanoid visions, apparitions are some sort of nebulous stimulus. But if it was nebulous, then it wouldn't always be staring into a ley line. This is a conscious, intelligent, sentient, I believe, otherworldly being that's using the light play to manifest an apparition so that we'll pay attention and recognize how important these energy lines are. And they are extremely important. So I've also marked the ley in this space. That was me sitting in one of the portal spaces. So where you get ley lines crossing over, you'll get these spaces in nature. So again, as you could see with that last photograph, that there's a tunnel going through nature that is the ley line. Where you get these ley lines crossing, you get these big open spaces where normally there's just really tight growth, and you can only just get through into the tunnel space. So there were several ley lines crossing in this point, which opened out this beautiful portal space. The tree that I'm sitting on, obviously one of those limbs has fallen down, but the tree was really large, spectacular. It's actually got a split. So there's two branches at the base of the tree, and a ley line runs through the center of that. But I've just marked, I think Mel took this photo, or someone took this photo. So thank you to whoever took the photo and sent it to me. There's a ley line behind me. So I'll just move backwards and forwards. And the fork in the tree is here. So there's several, and I think I dowsed in this point to show people where some of the ley lines are crossing over. I just gave a couple of demonstrations, so I wanted to share these. It was really good of Mel to share these with me, to take the footage in the first place.
Show me the positive ley line.
So what I've done there is I've actually asked the divining rods to show me the positive ley lines. What is uncanny is you can use the divining rods. You can ask them to show you the positive ley line. You cross over, it shows you the positive ley line. Now, for me, I don't know how it works for other dowsers. I've only been dowsing since the 3rd or 4th of May, I think it was, so less than a month. For me, what I do is I ask the rods to show me the positive or the negative ley line. In this instance, I knew I was crossing a positive ley line because I dowsed it previously. If I was to go back, and I think I did on this particular point and many other points previously when I was getting ready for this walk, if you go back and then you ask for the rods to show you the negative ley line and you walk over exactly the same ground, they don't open out. For me, when the rods find a ley line, they open out, or whichever ley line I'm asking for. I crossed over the same ground on multiple occasions. I would ask, show me the positive ley line. They would show me the positive ley line by opening out and actually pointing along the ley line. And when you can see the ley lines through these tunnels in nature, it's so obvious what the rods are actually doing. But if I went back and went to walk across a positive ley line, but asked for the rods to show me the negative ley line, the rods did nothing. They just stayed in static position, which is just phenomenal and amazing. Just wow. So I'll just show a couple of these. So when the rods start to waver, I slow down. And this particular rod is really pointing in one direction. It's flaying out.
Wow. Oh, wow.
And the other one's pointing along the other direction. So that ley is going in that specific direction. When you've got that many people watching, it's pretty amazing for everybody to see it all happening in real time. Some of the amazing people on this walk, just next level, beautiful, beautiful people. So this is where I'm showing a negative one.
Yeah. Oh, but it went much faster this time, didn't it? Pointing at me.
So yeah, so that was obviously an example of looking for the negative ley line, and Georgina just happened to be dancing right in front of it. Um, but again, and it's interesting. John, who's actually standing next to me, amazing man, he was talking. An electrical engineer or electrician, and he was talking to me about how the timing of the swing or the movement has some sort of significance. And I'm not an electrical engineer, so I can't explain that. But yeah, if you ever meet John, you'll learn something. I promise you. Okay, so this is the group. Just wow. Thank you, everybody who came along. You just made the day amazing. It was just so spectacular. We sang Time to Rise, the Ley Love Down song in the Leys multiple times. Thank you, Sarah, for being my accompaniment. This is beautiful Julia Starr. Julia Starr played her gorgeous, gorgeous guitar and sang on Saturday. We sang together on stage with Narita McInnes, and that was absolutely amazing as well. I've got to say, I was a lot more relaxed singing into the ley line than I was singing on stage on the Saturday night. So I redeemed myself. Oh, I believe I did. So this is the ley line presentation that I spoke about at the beginning of this update. So if you want to go and watch this, the symbology, the incredibly obvious way that the ley lines have been forced into these alignments with these really significant buildings in Adelaide, it's astonishing. And when you recognise what Victoria Square actually signifies, your mind will be blown, I can assure you. And it's so painfully obvious you can't avoid it. I can't put this up on YouTube. So if you want to watch that, I would suggest going to my Rumble or BitChute channel. I'm going to put the links in the description box below this video. I know that Georgina and Dale were intending to upload the actual whole presentation, all the presentations from Saturday. I don't know when they're going to do that. I don't know if that's going to be under a paywall. I assume it would be because that event costs a lot of money to put together. So if it's under a paywall, I'm sure they'll make it so that it's affordable. All right, guys. Well, I really recommend watching this because if you live in Adelaide, you need to know what's going on there. All right. Thank you.